As part of the festive season road safety campaign, Minister of Transport Dr. Nzimande is visiting the Beitbridge border post in Musina. The border post is a flurry of activity as holidaymakers drive up north. Nzimande will assess cross-border operations. For more on this, we crossed our reporter Mike Maringa, who's at the border post. Good afternoon, Mike. Take us through what's happening there.
Hi. Good afternoon. We are still at the Beitbridge border post. Remember when we spoke earlier on, we indicated that the Minister of Transport, Nzimande, will be here together with other dignitaries. We've got the MEC, we've got the Deputy Minister, Matale, we've got the Deputy Minister of Police. Let me quickly get the Minister of Transport, Nzimande, just to brief us on his walkabout. We see he started at the gate. Minister, we saw in the morning you started at the gate at the walkabout. Just briefly tell us as to what is the response of the people, what are they saying?
Well, we are here as part of our heightening of our road safety campaign, because this is in the middle of the festive season now. So one of the areas that are always a challenge is this border post, which is the busiest actually in all of our border posts, in South Africa. We've been taken through here, identified quite a number of challenges, things that need to be addressed. For instance, the movement of people and goods and trucks, the vehicles, is much slower than it could be. The fact that we have got 2 lanes each way is certainly not enough.
And Minister, I was asked a question in the morning as to how many vehicles are passing through the border gate, either going to the Zimbabwean side or South Africa. And also, are you happy with the staff complement working at this current point?
No, according to the briefing that we've had, is that there is shortage of staff. There are about 14 departments here that are represented, government departments. But all of them, they are actually raising the issue that the volumes are just too big for the numbers. Whether we are talking the police, whether we are talking home affairs, whether we are talking other forms of cross-border facilitation, there is actually a shortage of staff. So that's one message that we are actually taking back. But the other thing that we are concerned about are some of the seemingly illegal things that could be taking place here. We don't want to formulate a hard and fast opinion. But from our observations, there are vehicles, for instance, here, which are supposed to be in transit. But there doesn't seem to be like a very tight way of actually managing them. We suspect some of them may actually be sold in South Africa, inside South Africa, which is not supposed to be the case. We were told some people who are actually responsible for these vehicles have been robbed of hundreds of thousands of rands in cash. Where does that money come from if there isn't illegal sales of vehicles, and so on? So we are coming to the conclusion at the moment that we may actually need a multidisciplinary team from national government, from the very same departments that are represented here, to come and look very closely into what is going on here.
Minister, I understand you'll still be going to the roadblock. Let me allow you now to continue with the inspection. But when we get to the roadblock, we'll also want to speak to the Deputy Minister of Small Businesses to understand how the business community is doing the hawkers. We saw it was part of the interaction that we have. That was the Minister of Transport, Nzimande, indicating that he is not happy with the movement. The lanes are just not enough for the vehicles that are passing through to either Zimbabwe or South Africa. Later on, we'll bring the Deputy Minister of Small Businesses, Matale, to talk about the businesses that are happening in this area. And it's now back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that update, Mike.